everyone. So, do you remember the video, the event? Let me use the event. Do you remember the event that I went to, where I didn't stand up for where they were singing that their Nigeria they hail thee, and I refused to allow myself to be disrespected as a citizen of this country, because in such a monumental decision that was going to be taken, citizens were not consulted in any way, and they were disregarded. I just want, if you remember that particular video, so after the national anthem, after some days, I was given an opportunity to speak. I was called upon to speak, and then I had my time and I spoke at that moment. So I would just want you to listen to that particular and watch this video.
Where next few minutes to just tear us up and charge us up and speak to us from the perspective of a woman. Put those hands together as I make welcome. Oh my God. I said put those hands together as I make welcome. Aisha Yusuf. Is that the best we can celebrate? She is not just a national figure, she is an international figure. You're welcome, man.
Thank you so much. So as I'm standing here, I'm not standing here as a woman. I'm standing here as a Nigerian, a citizen that is not a slave. Greatest Nigerian people. Greatest the greatest of 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 the greatest Nigerian people. The first thing I'm going to say is that we are citizens, we are not slaves. We are citizens, we are not slaves. And the office of the citizen is the highest office in the land. What are we going to leave our children? What are we going to leave our grandchildren? Every day, we say to our children that they should respect us. They should believe us. They should do what we tell them to do. But what have we done to secure their future? What have we done to make them proud of this nation? One of the things that we have not realized is that we've made a lot of our children stateless. They go around the world looking for countries that they would call home. She said something just now. She wants to japa. That's an indictment on us. That we have not provided homes for our children. And because of that, they see japa as the way out. They see japa as the way out. For every one of us, when we talk about leadership, we must ask ourselves, what kind of leadership are we providing? Are we the type of people who are providing transformative leadership? The kind of leadership that inspires? Or are we the ones that are providing oppressive leadership? We all have a role to play in this country. And wherever you find yourself, you always ask yourself that 100 years from now, when some Nigerians are in Nigeria talking about Nigeria, they remember the input and the impact we made. It's not just about the now. It's about our country. And what is it that we're doing with our country? We sit down, we say we are men, we are women. Our children should respect us when we don't even respect ourselves. We are citizens of a country. We voted people into the National Assembly and they dared to change the national anthem. And we sit down, we are standing, we are singing because we want to fit in. And our country every day is being destroyed. And somebody will say to you, we aren't. They've taken us for granted. We sit down, we do nothing. We want to conform. And tomorrow, the more obnoxious laws will be passed. Politics is no longer what we live for. People who do not have second want jobs. Politics is no longer what we will live for people who are hungry. Politics is no longer what we will live for people who do not have competence, character, capacity. At this stage in our life, we don't have any business other than the business of politics. Because at the end of the day, those who will serve us, those who will govern, will come from politics. And if we do not participate, nature abhors vacuum. And other people will go in and they will participate and they will put down laws and you will be bound by those laws. That's what they call civil disobedience. The way we are ready at any time, because and we sit down, we are praying to God to come and solve our problems. No, God will not solve our problems because God will not do for us what He has given us the capacity for us to do for ourselves. If the diaspora women for good governance had sat down in their various countries, in their various houses, their offices, and said they were praying to God for this to happen, would it happen? No, it wouldn't. You know why? Because God had given them the capacity to make it happen. And it only happened because they took action and they wanted it to happen. But when it comes to the issue of nation building, we are praying. We think we have the patent to prayers. Saudi Arabia, they are praying. If they go pray. No be a hatch. 90.
Yes, indeed. I'm sure you've watched that whole video. That was the event. And after that, that was where I spoke. And for me, is to say our docility is not respect. Because if Nigerians were respectful, there wouldn't be corruption. You understand? There wouldn't be bad governance. We would not have this lack of development. If Nigerians were respectful, we will have things working in our country. And so when some people come to talk about this respect, oh, you're supposed to respect the country, you're supposed to respect this, because a lot of people who have been running their mouths, respect this, respect that, it's absolute nonsense. Respect means doing the right thing. Respect means valuing the next person. Respect means, having regard for the next person, having regard for another person, doing for another person what you want done unto you. It's not this whole, criminality that goes on in Nigeria and then people are always talking about respect. This docility and sycophancy are part of the things that have really destroyed our country. And it's really so funny when people just try to make it as if that, oh, they are the ones who have to be respectful and all of that. But in essence, for most of them, they always feel that if they are more respectful, if they obey the law, they allow themselves to be intimidated, probably the oppressors are going to look at them as good boys and good girls and be able to bring them into the fold of oppression, and then they will not join the people who are oppressive and continue to oppress the people. But honestly, that day, you saw from the video, I wasn't gonna be easy with them. I called each and every one of them, and all of us there called us out. Our children are all over the world looking for countries that they can call their own. We have citizens who are going through the same Atlantic Ocean that some of their ancestors or relatives of their ancestors were carried across the sea as slaves. Now it's they voluntarily doing that, and some of them are killed on the way. Some of them go through all sorts of heinous treatment just because they want to get to Europe, just because they want to get to greener pastures. And then some people are here talking about something called respect. May I repeat that? Respect kill all of you.